Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From ASKRNA Music.
That's right.
Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop music lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas. It's time for another episode of ASKRNA. Yeah! We're going to answer some questions. So excited. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of ASKRNA. This is number 323, I think.
Something like that.
We're in the 320s. We're in the 320s of ASKRNA, and we are here to answer questions. Angela
Yes.
and I own a little guitar shop, music store, music lesson studio in a small town, rural East Texas, where we teach music to people. And we sell stuff and things. So welcome back, and we're going to answer questions from people all over the world.
Yeah.
Where my chair squeaky squeaks, and we're gonna have some fun doing it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. First question, just fun guitar, who's in England,
Yes.
which is over there, says hashtag deep sea explosion, hashtag KTMA, hashtag RNA music. All about them hashtags. Says fun episode, team RNA. Haters are helping. Would make a good hashtag. They waste their own time and boost your engagement, as you say. New question. Would you consider playing one of your original songs in an episode? Keep it going. Sure. When they're completed.
Yeah.
When they're completed.
When they get to that point.
When we get to that point.
Yes.
So maybe, you know, you'll probably see, well, you may see some original music updates here. Really, you need to go follow my personal, not my personal YouTube channel, my music YouTube channel. I have a couple of YouTube channels. There's a bunch of secret YouTube channels you guys don't know about, maybe, unless you're diehard, super hardcore.
I have no idea.
Hardcore. But go check that out. I'll put a link down below to my music YouTube channel where I'm updating stuff on music shenanigans.
Stuff and things. So, you know, that stuff might creep into it here. A couple of the intro music to a lot of our videos has always been like something that I wrote. I changed that a while back from the older intro music. That was one of my songs to the new intro music, which is probably playing right now. Is probably the first one to actually probably be released. But Yeah.
we might do that. We write an original song every episode.
Every single
episode
with the help of our viewers.
Of ASKRNA. You're going to get an original song today, Just Fun Guitar. Just wait for it. Thank you for the question, man. Appreciate it. Y'all go check that out. Links down below. Next question, Tactical Six String. I really like that name. Hashtag Deep Sea Explosion. Tellies have a tone that makes them desirable. I used to hate the shape, but as an old dude, I'm more open to it now. I don't own one yet. Thinking about that new Cabernita seems cool. You ever have / want a baritone electric? I have never owned a baritone electric guitar. I have casually thought about it from time to time, getting one. The Mike Mushak had a PRS SE that was very popular for a lot of people. PRS has a couple of baritones in their SE line. And it's great, like if you're doing some of the drop tuning, your hands hurt.
Yeah.
Stretching them. Been crocheting all day.
Yes, but you can't see it in the camera. So.
I can see it. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're stretching.
Yes.
Angela's been crocheting pumpkins. How many pumpkins altogether do you have to make? How many have you made, and how many do you have to make?
Made 10, and have 9 more to make.
That's a lot of pumpkins.
So I'm halfway through.
I'll put some pictures.
Yeah.
Put some pictures up. No more orders? Are orders closed?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
You guess it's closed, or
It just no. I mean, if people order, they're gonna order. Then I'll fill it. But you just have to know it's gonna probably take a little while.
you got to get at the end of the line.
Yeah,
It's like a custom order CMG. It's going to take a while.
it's gonna take a minute.
It's going to take a hot minute. I have kind of wanted a baritone. I think I realized, or recently I've been realizing, or kind of figuring out where my voice fits musically, like my range that's comfortable for me.
and it's probably closer down to B or C or B flat standard, which is kind of weird because usually guys sing kind of high in that range. But everything I write is in E, which is a weird, or even in drop D, is a little bit, just for my vocal range, is a little bit, I realize now, I'm like, oh man, that's kind of, the riffs sound great, my voice, I have trouble in those keys that I write in guitar, so I really probably need to lower it a little bit more, and a baritone kind of comes in handy with those lower tunings, but better tuning stability. So I've casually thought about it, not die hard, go looking for one, but if I stumbled across the right one at a killer price, maybe I would, I don't know, maybe. But you can also just tune down normal guitars pretty well with the right gauge of strings and setup and get pretty close to those tunings. So. But I do like some of the ones I've seen from PRS. Cool. They got some sweet baritones. Thank you, Tactical 6 String, for that question. Do any of you guys or gals have a baritone guitar? And if you do, what brand is it, and what do you like most about us? It. Let us know about it down below in the comment section. Commercial break. ASKRNA Music Swaggity Swag. I remembered to wear, I don't know if I remembered or I just thought to wear this today. I have a couple of ASKRNA Music t-shirts, and you too can have a couple of ASKRNA Music t-shirts. If you go down in the description of this video, you'll see a link to our Teespring store. Get you some swaggity swag, get you some socks, a cuppy cup, some leggings, t-shirt, whatever you want. Go down. Hoodies, because it's about hoodie season. Yeah. We're on the cusp of hoodie season. It's not quite there yet in Texas, but we're creeping up on hoodie season. Go get you one. Appreciate that. Next question, Mr. LD, Angela.
Yes, sir.
Question for you. Do you have any other family members who are great singers as well as you are? Ryan, who are some of your favorite drummers? Hashtag Deep Sea Explosion.
Yes,
Angela.
I do. All of my sisters are great singers. All of them. Cousins outside, I think I have a couple. I haven't really heard a lot of them sing. But I think a few of them do. My dad's family, a lot of them can sing. Pretty well.
White cousins or soul cousins?
My soul cousins can sing. Most of them can. Some of them cannot, and I've heard that. I've seen that in person.
You've experienced that.
And I don't know about my lighter shade cousins. I've actually never heard them sing before. They've always said, no, we're not the singers of the family, but I've never actually heard them, so I can't say yes or no. But yes, all my siblings, including my brother, the oldest siblings who are live in Alabama, they all can sing. We can all sing. My dad actually was in the choir at University of Alabama, and so
sings bass.
And he's a bass.
He's a bass man.
Yeah, we sang at my mom's birthday party all together. Not my oldest siblings, because obviously they live in Alabama. But us 4 sisters and my dad sang on my mom's. I think we did "How Great Thou Art" and "Amazing Grace" or something like that.
I don't even remember.
I can't remember.
Surely there's video.
I have a video of it on my phone, so maybe we'll place it here so you can get a little snippet of it. Hey. When we let there 10,000 years bright shining as the sun, we know last day to see God's grace. And when we first begun. It was just kind of off the cuff. We didn't practice. We were just like, what do we sing? And we hadn't sang together in decades.
But your mom's always like,
yes.
Girl, sing
and
for me.
We're always like, we haven't sang together since we were teens. We can't do that, Mom. And but it was her 65th birthday, and we're like, let's just, let's sing. So, yeah. And that's what that video is.
Yes, and we shouldn't get a copyright strike because that's
it's
public
hymn.
domain.
Those are
if
hymns.
it's 200-year-old songs.
Hymns.
Hymns.
So yes, to answer your question, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Ryan, who are some of your favorite drummers? Oh man, that is a rabbit hole. Too deep.
Real quick, what are your top 3?
Top 3. Crap. Okay.
Yeah.
So the very
I
first
got all day
one
to
is
list people and why and all this stuff. So.
Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews Band.
Oh yeah.
That was on the list, even though I don't really listen to Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah, but you drove that
I used to.
VHS tape.
I had a double
to the
VHS tape
Okay.
of Carter going through all the grooves from the popular Dave Matthews songs and his style of playing. And like, I really enjoy his playing style quite a bit. So Carter's, I'm not saying he's not number 1. Yeah, so I like his playing a lot.
I heard that song so many times. Our first year of marriage.
Yeah, there's so many, and by no means am I saying he's the greatest drummer of all time or anything like that. It's just I like his playing a lot, and I really enjoy it. I gotta put Vinnie Paul in there. My man Vinnie Paul is big time Pantera fan. I really love his drumming. Again, not the greatest, most technical drummer of all time ever, or the fastest metal drummer, any of that stuff, but he had the fat grooves, and he played some really interesting double bass stuff. Yeah, so those are just all time. I know. She's timing me. There's so many I can name. Let me think of one more. That's oh crap. Okay, so John Bonham, of course.
I was like, wow, he didn't mention John Bonham.
Well, I had to think. John Bonham is a huge one.
And Lars.
No, Lars. Lars is not on my list of favorite drummers. Which you would think, as much as I love Metallica, you think
It's not the drums that you love about Metallica.
It is not.
It's the guitars.
And then Bill Ward from Black Sabbath, fantastic. And then I could go on and on for a bajillion different.
But we're not, so there
David
you go.
Garibaldi, Tower Power, you know. Anyways, I like all kinds, jazz drummers, funk drummers, and gospel drummers, and just. But those I just had to pick 3. Pick 3. There we go. All right, there you go. Who are some of y'all's? You only get 3. Name your 3 favorite drummers of all time ever. Down below, tell us your favorite.
10
drummers.
words or less. Tell us why.
Or as many as you want. It doesn't matter. Make 10 different comments about why.
There you go.
Make as many comments as y'all want, by the way. Helps the algorithm. And that brings us to, the best part of this video. Part of this video, comment of the day. As we said, this is where we're going to create a song on the spot. Like, honestly, because I have not even given thought to
I just now read the
I'm going.
question.
I have not even given any thought to what I'm going to play. So on the spot, I've got to play something, and Angela is going to sing the comment of the day. Comment of the day.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, that's wrong chord.
I was like, gotta stick with the same groove over and over again.
Well, let me think of one. Okay, hold on. You don't like that one?
Yeah, well, it's another song, so it's
a million songs. There's only so many chords I can play.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
I changed it at the last second.
Yes, you did.
Sorry, but that is actually one of the chord progressions out of one of my songs.
I know.
I don't know why I've never played that before, but I was like, ooh, I'm feeling that A sus2 chord or an A minor thing, so yay! Actually, that worked out really good.
Yeah.
Because the other one was super predictable. The more I'm around people, the more I like myself. Facts, I got some more t-shirt money. Okay, because that was something Angela said last week, and Mr. LD thought it was funny, so he commented it back. Ready to buy a t-shirt with that Angela quote upon it. The more I'm around people, the more I like you too.
I like some alone time. That's what that means. I like, the more I'm around people, the more I like being by myself. Just me, myself, and I. That's a great group of people. Right there.
Those are my 3 favorites. You, and you. That's who I like.
Yeah.
Thank you for the comment today, Mr. LD.
Yeah.
Next question. Jack the Rabbit, hashtag Deep Sea Explosion. Question for next time. What advice do you give your students who are very shy and or have severe stage fright? I've never shared my music until December of 2019, right before the world ended. When I started posting demos here on YouTube, I always found it extremely difficult to get up alone in front of an audience and bare my soul to everyone in the place. It's much easier to make a video and share that way. I never had a music mentor or instructor to guide me through extreme stress as a kid. Just curious how you guys handle students that are like me. Peace, y'all. Ooh, that's a great question, Jack. We have covered similar things, I guess, in the past, probably, but sort of. Angela, advice you give your students who are very shy, have stage fright?
For the most part, I tell them to start small. Get up enough courage to sing in front of your immediate family. Host a dinner party at your house as an adult. You could do that. Or like if they're kids, send out little invitations to relatives to come over, because your mom, your dad, your grandma, grandpa, aunties, uncles, they're not going to be like, boo, you suck. Maybe. They're going to be like, oh, they might go home and go, wow, that was a hot mess. But in front of you, more than likely, they're going to give you constructive criticism or positive feedback. So that's what I would say first. Host a dinner party and say, hey guys, I want to show, and let them know that I have music that I want to show you. So it'll be like a dinner theater where we'll cook out, we'll do this, or I'll bake spaghetti pasta night or pizza night, and we're gonna have live music, and I'm the entertainment. And then start real small with your closest friends, your closest family, and then I would go to a karaoke night or like an open mic night or somewhere where it's like a bunch of just raw talent of
or not that much talent.
Different people. And that will be a wide range of talent. It's not like a star search type thing where it's the best of your county or your province or whatever. It'll be, really just like people just like, I'd like to sing. And so if you get up there and start doing that, it won't be a crowded place. More than likely it'll be like 20, 30 people. And then start moving your way up. That's what I would say. Do one song at a time. Don't create a whole set list, so then you won't disappoint the people who are expecting a whole set list, and you won't disappoint yourself if you bomb just one song. Because then you're like, well, I have to muster through the rest of these songs, and now what am I going to do? I'm so scared I can't do the rest of the songs, and you might chicken out. So I would just say take little steps, just little bitty steps. One, like you said, record yourself, put it on Facebook. It's hard to sit in front of a camera and then later on watch yourself and then post it. Go live. Don't
Texas.
I would go live on Facebook or Instagram. Just fiddle fart around. I guess that's a Texas saying. I don't know if that's a universal word. Just act very nonchalant about it and be like, I'm just playing on my thing, and here I'm just gonna play a few songs, just letting y'all get a taste of what I've been working on, and have it like a chat thing to like what we do, like talk. So then that nervousness will slowly melt down, because I've noticed, and even about myself, that the more I talk through, even whenever we're doing performances out on the square, I'm nervous whenever I get up and there's more people crowding around. And most of the time I'm looking down at my music or I'm watching a kid, and then I look up and there's like 150 people standing there. You know, so I get nervous, but what breaks my nervousness is talking and getting to know people, asking questions. Hey, where's everybody from? You know, shout out to da 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 da. Thank you so much for the guys who got me here, blah, blah, blah. And talking kind of lowers your heart rate. It doesn't make you feel like you're having a stress bubble in your throat. So then now your voice is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, and you won't feel so tense whenever you sing, and it won't come out like, you know, Kermit the Frog. I do. I tell them, it's like, go and do something very small. You know, if there's a talent show at school. I mean, I honestly, for kids, I wouldn't tell them school, because kids at school are mean.
Yeah.
But if they have that, you know, one quick burst of braving the waters of the shark-infested waters, then I tell them just go for it. Sign up for a talent show. Sign up for a special at church. Get involved in the choir. Do something where you're with a group of people, or you are able to do it in front of family. But yes, I tell them all the time, get your mom and your dad and your siblings to sit down on the couch and say, hey, I have some music I'd like to play for you guys. Just one song. That's it. Can I play for y'all after dinner? And that go that way. And then invite family over. Have your own recital type thing. And what that'll do, and I've told them this all the time, especially my older kids, have your mom and dad record you and put it on Facebook. Because some won't even play in front of their parents. But if they do that and then they see that positive feedback, it kind of breaks the ice of that nervousness, and then it starts to develop more and more. It just starts to develop, and you have to take those little public steps. Start with little small groups and venues and start building up. And it'll get there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I tell my students. We have long conversations, because I have some kids that are like, I'll throw up. Mm-hmm. And then we don't really ever make any of our students who are ridiculously scared.
Like, now we have opportunities. Part of the thing for our students, talking about our students, we have opportunities for kiddos to do that. Like, we have student concerts, recitals, and they all have to come. And even the ones who are crazy nervous, like, we're like, all right, you don't have to perform at this one, but you have to come and watch. And you have to come and watch all of our other students and support them. Like, don't be a jerk. I get you're scared, you don't want to do it in front of everybody, but come and watch and be supportive.
Be
and
nice.
Usually they come and watch and they go, oh. Well, because there are kiddos who are not as far along as they are in their lessons, or, you know, everybody makes mistakes.
Or they look just as scared as they feel. Like, the person on stage looks as scared as they feel on the inside.
And after they perform, everybody's like, wow, great job. And the kid's probably thinking, well, I can do that. And they thought that was great. And like, yeah, because it's a safe environment with, you know, our student concerts, you know, because it's all, like you said, it's all moms, dads, grandma, grandpas, brothers, sisters, you know, family stuff. So it is kind of weird, though. I was like that kid where, like, I would not perform in front of my parents. Like, I was like, no, I'm in front of strangers, fine. But for my family, like, no. But I might just be a weirdo like that.
I had no problem singing in front of my parents. Like, I was always singing in front of. It was whenever I got in front of my peers.
That's weird.
My peers, I was like.
But not weird. Maybe I'm weird.
I was so.
It's just different from me.
I never did anything in front of anybody. That's why I did, like, group things, like team things. I was on the volleyball team. I was on the basketball team.
Marching band.
And yes, but 8th grade was my first time to ever do a solo in front of the whole school. And I had a verse of Amazing Grace. And I almost butchered that thing. I'm sure I wet myself a little bit. I was just so scared and so nervous. But my best friend, Natalie Derrick, was standing next to me, because she had, I think, the first verse or something. And she stood, like, real close to me and next to me. And I just felt so calm. And I think someone's coming up to the door. Hello. Hi. Yeah. But it's okay. We are normally still open at this time.
Hour, so. Had to go sell some strings. I forgot what we were saying.
No, it was just being able to go get in front of people.
Natalie Derrick was standing next to you.
Yes, and she encouraged me, and I felt calm enough because I had somebody next to me. Because I was used to singing next to my sisters. So having someone next to me kind of made me feel like I was in that same zone. And, you know, it was great. So I actually enjoyed myself. I don't know if anybody has any footage of that anywhere floating around. It would be hilarious to hear my little voice coming out of my little 8th grade body.
That would be cute.
And I wore one of my sister's dresses, so I was probably just like this frumpy, big shoulder. I think it had like giant
Shoulder
floral
pads.
print. But anyways, yeah. So that's what I would do. Is take little steps at a time, getting in front of people, just so. And you don't make eye contact with anybody. That's the other thing I tell my students. Don't make direct eye contact with anybody until you're ready. Because there'll be somebody that's smiling like, yeah, and you'll feed off of that. And then the next person you look over looks like,
Yeah, you don't want that.
like they're going to eat you alive, and it throws you off. And your mind just goes, what? And you don't want that. So I would look up top of their heads and past them. It looks like you're looking at them in the eye, but you really aren't. And it helps you kind of get your heart rate down again and not be so nervous. So
There you go. Great advice. Thank you, Jack, for the question. Next question, Brian Strasser, not Ryan. Brian. People call me Brian a lot.
I know.
That's weird. Sounds like a spa weekend in Angela's future.
I agree. Yes.
I also agree. What's the optimal night/sleeping temp? Which part of Texas would be your dream location, or are you there? I feel the same way about snakes, Ryan. # deep sea explosion. I forget. I used to be a sleep expert, and I
Yeah.
could have told you what the optimal temperature is. I think it's 68 degrees.
I can see that.
I feel like 68 degrees is the clinical correct answer.
I would say anywhere between that and 72. 72 feels good to me because the air is still hitting you, where you can get a little chilled if you put your leg out of the blanket, but it's enough to where you can be covered up and not feel like you're smelting.
I am a nuclear reactor of heat.
Yes.
So I prefer
Him and
like
Aiden.
65. 68 would be top edge.
But we never have our temperature like that.
Well,
It's never been that low.
because, not in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive to get the house down to 68 degrees in the summertime.
Yeah.
In Texas?
Yeah.
No, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah. There you go. Which part of Texas would be your dream location, Angela? Or are you there now? Is Canton, Texas your dream location?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's my dream.
No. I would say probably between here and Houston. There are a lot of really pretty rolling, like
Central
real deep
Texas.
hills.
Hill country.
Yeah, I like that. I like the piney woods. I like lots of trees and lots of hills. We're at the top of the hill, and it's like you can see just forever, and then you go down, and it's nice and cool. And there's just like that real optimal temperature between cold and warm, but not too warm. So that's the only thing about Texas. If you go too far one way, it's going to be like you're going to have too much snow in the winter. If you go one way, you're going to have so much heat and humidity, you'll die. And
Not South Texas.
no,
Not West Texas.
No.
Not the Panhandle.
I can't.
Northeast Texas, getting close up
But
to
see,
the edge
the
of Oklahoma.
Panhandle and the outer edge west of West Texas, there's nothing to block the wind. Like there's no trees. It's just like barren. It's tumbleweed area. So whenever things come through, it comes through. Like there's nothing to stop it or block it or deter it. But so somewhere near here, maybe a little bit more east towards Louisiana, maybe a little bit northeast in the cradle. Up
DeKalb?
No, not North Texas, not North Dallas east, but like the other way. Are they that way?
Yeah, that's where they at.
They're towards Arkansas?
Right toward Oklahoma, yeah.
Oh.
They're closer to Oklahoma than they are to us.
No, but like at the big belly of Texas, they're over here? I thought they were over here.
No.
Oh.
They're east of Paris.
Oh.
Where my mom was. Anyway.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because as you get into that southeast corner of Oklahoma is really pretty.
Yeah.
Because there's like, it starts getting really hilly. Not mountainy really, but
No,
there's like
it's just hills.
foot hilly, but more hills than we got here.
Yeah.
And deeply wooded, and there's creeks and streams and like.
But you have that in like in Nacogdoches too. The hills in Nacogdoches are really nice.
Yeah. But I don't love pine trees that much. But there's a lot of Texas out there. I do, you know, going down central like San Marcos area down there, getting not into Austin, but
The country part of it.
yeah.
I do not like the city.
Yeah,
At
no.
all.
So like central, maybe either central hill country or maybe northeast where it's getting woods and hills. Hills. More hills than we got here.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Because we have a couple of hills here, and you don't really realize it until it's winter and all the trees are bare. And when you're at the top and you can actually see over things, right by our Walmart is a giant hill. So when you're on this side of our town and you look straight ahead, you're looking at a pretty significant hill to go up, which is really cool. But I like towns that are like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
East Texas is fairly hilly, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Anywhere.
Thank you for the question, Brian. Appreciate it.
Where would you? You didn't say.
Did I? I did. Yeah. I just said.
Like just east? Same?
No, I said outside of Austin
Oh.
or up northeast Texas.
I thought you were just describing it. It didn't sound like you were saying that's where you like it.
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
That's where Lala.
Yeah.
That's where. Wherever you at, that's where I want to be. Wherever she likes to be, that's where I want to go. Thank you for the question, Brian. Final question.
Woo, look at
Fat
us go.
Philosopher. Challenge to Ryan. Rank the big four thrash bands into playing difficulty. Oh. Highly contentious question here. Guaranteed to offend somebody. Let's do this. I'm going to go with most difficult in the number one spot. I'm actually going to say Slayer. Because I've been watching some Slayer videos and watching some live concerts. I'm like, good God. They are like some weird stuff, and it is crazy fast. Crazy fast. And definitely the drums. Slayer is definitely the most difficult in my book. And I'm not even a Slayer fan. Like, I'm not like a big Slayer. I don't own any Slayer albums or even have any of their songs in my iTunes library.
I'm sure my facial expressions will let you know where my thoughts lie with any of that.
Right. So, but I do like, I have seen them live, actually. I have seen them live. And yeah. It was Clash of the Titans, actually. It was 20th anniversary. It was Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. So I saw all three of them on like their 20th anniversary of that, whatever. And I have seen Metallica live too. So I think maybe I am qualified to answer this question. I'm going to put Slayer at number one, even though I'm not a huge fan.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Number
number
one,
one, Slayer. Number two, Metallica. Number three, Megadeth. Number four, Anthrax. Number two, number three, people won't get mad about that.
Are they thrash bands? Are those technically thrash
yes,
bands? Okay.
Well, they were.
Oh, okay. Back in like
They-
the originality
they were.
of the original. Okay.
Hey,
I was like, when I think thrash, I don't think.
I said
that.
the big four.
Anthrax.
The big
Anthrax,
four
yes.
is, you know, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. So they were the big four in the 80s. Now, that also goes into the fact of like which era of which band are you talking about? Slayer's always been pretty consistent.
There you go.
But Metallica has a bunch of songs that are pretty easy to play. Megadeth has some songs that are pretty easy to play. I don't really listen to Anthrax, but I don't know about their time period of, you know, in the 90s and 2000s and 2010s and 2020s.
The first time I was ever introduced to Anthrax was watching VH1's Behind the Music. Because he was what's his face?
Scotty Ian.
Scotty Ian was always on Behind the Music. He was like the guy that
He
they
is
went
the
through.
voice of-
That and didn't matter what band.
He's like the Lars of Anthrax.
He went through. I mean, he was always there, and I was like, and every time it was like Scotty Ian, Anthrax, and he was like, yeah,
'cause he had a sweet
I
goatee.
remember whenever. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why does this guy have like all this knowledge of all these stinking bands? Who is he? What is an anthrax? Isn't that a disease? Isn't that a
You don't want to catch
poison?
that. You don't want that. You don't want to get that in the
But that
mail.
was, you know, me at like 19 thinking, what? Who is this?
Yeah.
But now, yeah.
And that's not to say that those bands, Anthrax and Megadeth, don't have difficult songs. I mean, Megadeth has some complex stuff. Anthrax has some complex stuff. But I would say, if we're going back to before they kind of stopped being thrashy, like into the 80s, it's like, man, some of that Metallica stuff, like Megadeth stuff, I've learned some things, and it's very odd and kind of weird. It's definitely stylistically different than Metallica, but I don't consider it necessarily hard.
Yeah.
Now, solos is a whole other story. Most of the Megadeth solos are pretty crazy hard. Anything with Marty Friedman is crazy hard to play. That's the solos. Probably harder than Kirk Hammett. But in general, like the songs themselves, like, man, James can play some stuff that is like hard. If you want to play it like him with all the down picking and stuff, I'm like, that's crazy. So, that's my list. Anthrax, is last. Megadeth, Metallica, and Slayer's the most difficult. All around, most difficult. That's why I think you do not have to agree with me, and that is okay. But tell me down below, what is your order of the most difficult? I would like to see other people's thoughts on that. Who do you guys consider the most technically difficult of the big four thrash bands in order of hardest to least difficult, I guess? Thank you for that question, Fat Philosopher. And that's the end of the video. If you have a question for next week, please type it down below in the comment section of this video, and we will answer that next week. And until then, well, we have a little game. Secret hashtag of the day.
Secret hashtag.
If you watch this entire video, which thankfully is going to be shorter than normal, we have a secret hashtag that we want you to type. We would like for you. You don't have to. You can do what you want. I was about to say it's America, but you're not in America. It's the world. You can do what you want. You're free. You have personal freedom.
Yeah.
If you want to type down the secret hashtag, we will know that you watched the video up to this point and have helped us out with the algorithm by commenting and thumbs upping and all that kind of stuff. And secret hashtag of the day is Big Four Thrash. Hashtag Big Four Thrash.
There you go.
And we'll know that you watched the whole thing. All right, and until the next video, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
We need to keep it alive for the next generation of thrashers.
That's right.
So excited. I keep forgetting what I'm doing and where I'm at.
I know.
And who I am.
It's kind of upsetting.
And what's going on.
It's okay. That's just life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Middle life. Bye, guys.
Bye.